Welcome back to At Ease No Media, where we discuss media related topics at ease. So today in this video we will be discussing about the previous year question of West Bengal set. So this is a continuation series of yesterday's lecture, where we will be discussing on the very first question. It's given that it's a match the following thing. What is it? The research methods and the description. So we have to discuss about the research method and the description part. So this question is from statistics and the option goes like factor analysis, cluster analysis, path analysis, ANOVA analysis. So what will be the right answer? Use effect coefficient, which particular portion uses coefficient, tells what variable belong together based on the concept of sum of square deviations from a mean, and that determines how many mutually exclusive groups exist in a population. So if we consider A, the factor analysis, it goes with option number 2, because factor analysis tells what variables belong together. And then we have B, number 4, the cluster analysis, it determines how many mutually exclusive group exist in the population. Then we have C, the path analysis. What is about the path analysis? The path analysis says that in option C we can see it's the first one. Path analysis uses effect of coefficient, and remains the option D, ANOVA. ANOVA means the based on the concept of sum of squared deviation. ANOVA is the the parametric test, the non-parametric test, the qualitative test, the quantitative test. There we have learned about ANOVA testing as well. So quickly moving on to today's second question, which is variables. Variables, this question is being asked in 2024 WB set. So we can say when a researcher rates an organization on a number of selected variables and presents it visually in the form of a pie circle, it is called pie circle variables. So these are the keywords. When a researcher rates an organization, when a researcher is rating an organization on a number of selected variables, we have selected variables, and presents it visually in the form of a pie circle, it is called cobweb method. And next question, the ninth question, this is from 22nd set general paper, research terminology. The term opposite, so the research terminology, as we have discussed about the research terminologies, where compare, CF, then we had just a minute, the moment the last lecture we talked about the research terminologies, research abbreviations to be precise. Yes, a priori is a Latin phrase that means what comes first. Then we have CF means compare. These are the research terminologies. Then we have et al means and others. We have FN, we have IBIT. So from this particular section we have expected a question. It is been asked that the term, here it is, the term opposite stands for as cited above. Opposite as cited above, it is from research terminology. Then we have another question from sampling. What it has been asked, that identify the non-probability sampling. Non-probability sampling, so as we can see that sampling is also a repetitive portion from where we can expect regular questions in every net attempt or set attempt in paper 1 as well as in paper 2. We can expect one question from sampling. So here it is, identify the non-probability sampling technique. They are not talking about only non-probability sampling, they are also talking about the non-probability sampling technique. So let's crack it. Simple random sample is probability or non-probability? Comment down below. Obviously it's probability, because it's taking a probable chance. Randomly they are selecting stuffs. All right, systematic sampling, then we have stratified, and the right answer will be, if it's as far as non-probability is concerned, is purposive sampling. Now types of data. Census, in census method, this particular question is taken from types of data. A census method, that means which type of census is which type of survey is census. Which type of survey is census? The right answer is descriptive survey. All right, descriptive survey. So now let's take another example of, or let's decode this question with chat gpt. Now if we scan this particular question, just a minute, if we while scanning this particular question, we can see that descriptive survey, which type of census? Okay, just a minute. As you can see, so let's discuss. A census is a demographic survey because it collects detailed information about what is the meaning of census. A census is a demographic survey as it collects detailed information about the characteristics of a population such as age, sex, occupation, education, etc., usually conducted by government. It is not a sample survey. The question states that which type of survey is census? Is it analytical survey? Is it demographic survey? Is it descriptive survey? Or is it exploratory survey? So we know what is the meaning of census. Now I will be asking ChatGPT to describe all the options. Let's see what it generates. So analytical survey, the purpose of analytical survey to test hypothesis, to analyze relationship between variables. The focus of analytical survey is cause and effect, correlational. So option number A states that analytical survey. What is the meaning? So our purpose of decoding previous year question is not mugging up the answers. Our purpose of decoding previous year question to decode all the available options, because from available option this entire copies note is made from this previous year questions itself. So as time is increasing, as the attempt are increasing, my attempt is increasing, the previous year is also increasing. So in the increasing previous year, we are getting a more sample based question and we are decoding it day by day. So coming back to the topic, analytical survey means purpose to test hypothesis or analyze relationship between variables. It focuses cause and effect, correlation or trends. Example, a survey examining the link between study time and academic performance in students. Not suitable for census because census does not test relationship. It only collects factual data about a population. Then we have demographic survey. Demographic survey will be the correct answer of this question. Why? Because to collect data about the structure of a population. Example that is already given. The focus is population size, composition, distribution. Examples are population census. So coming back to the particular question, what we can see, which type of survey is census? The right answer will be descriptive survey. Now next question we are getting again from one is ethnography. So the question from ethnography states that match the list, this question ethnography, match the list 1 and list 2 and select the correct answer from the codes given below. So what is primary source of data? Case study. Case study, primary source of data. Then we have participant observation and then we have foreshadow problem. So participant observation, C can be going with 2. So in the option we can see C is going with 2 in only option B. So this is also a trick by which we can identify our answer easily, but we don't have to be overconfident while answering this. So we will be rechecking each and every option so that it fits well. So I know that participant observation is ethnographic survey, study. So C is going with 2. Now let's cross check. A is going with 4. Is A going with 4 according to my correct option? Primary source of data. Research tools are using primary source of data, hence A is going with 4. Now B is case study, minutes of meeting. Is case study minutes of meeting? It's doubtful. And number D, foreshadow problem. That means it is going with option number 3. That means descriptive method. So it is a little bit hodgepodge, but the answer given was ethnography, because option number C is aligning with option number 2. Let's quickly go to the next question. That is the question we will be discussing is the questionnaire. This question, the subtopic of this question is questionnaire, where the item of items in a questionnaire should be, this is a direct question from questionnaire itself. What they have been asked, what are the items in a questionnaire should be presented in the following order. The chronology of the questionnaire, general to specific or specific to general. Obviously it is general to specific. Obviously it must align with easy to very difficult, known to unknown, simple to complex. If there were all of the above option, then I would be going with all of the above option, but the right answer is given option number A. So next question, quickly moving on. This question is from data collection and acquisition. All right, so the question states that the system widely used for data collection and acquisition are known as the system which are widely used as data collection and acquisition. Which system? It will be the supervisory control and data acquisition. That will be the right answer. So moving on to the next part of this PYQ series, what we can see over here, just a minute, let me adjust. Okay, this question is from research process. Okay, research process, or to be precise we can say research steps. So what is given here? In writing research report, arrange the following in order and indicate. So this is the question from writing research report. So they have been asking the chronological word from chronological question from research process or step. In writing a research report, arrange the following in order and indicate your answer by selecting the correct code. This is number 2413. 2 result, 4 conclusion, 1 implications, and 3 suggestions. So it is not always necessary they are asking from the starting chronology, that means identifying the problem, the studying literature. No, they might ask from any section. The chronology part might be asking from any section. So this is the chronology of the last part, which one comes first according to the given option. So the right option will be 2413. Now moving on to the next part, that is the Survey Monkey and online research tool. This question is from ICT. ठीक है, ICT enabled research, online reference tool, ICT and research. This is from ICT and research. So Survey Monkey and online reference tool, and it is the survey templates, because this Survey Monkey helps the researcher to identify to collect the data, to do the survey, to conduct the survey for the research. This tool is being used. Now moving on to the next question, which is the scientific research. This question is from scientific research, and the question states that in communication research, this is from communication research. Obviously we are concerning about communication research now. In communication research, which statement listed below does not pertain to scientific thinking? So does not, we must remember the word does not. They are asking does not pertain to scientific thinking. So as far as accurate and relatable conclusion about human behavior, second option is given observation which are not replicable to any other settings. Third option is given systematic use of method of inquiry. They are identifying the question as this is scientific research. This is a basic question from scientific research, where the question is given in communication research, which statement listed below does not pertain to scientific thinking. Does not, I repeat, does not pertain to scientific thinking. The original answer will be observation which are not replicable to any other setting. In the next question suggests that 39th questions, what is a research design? This is a basic question from research design, which we can see that the options are given below. A way of conducting research is not grounded in theory. They are stating that first option is stating that a way of conducting research is not grounded in a theory. The second option is stating that the choice between using qualitative or quantitative method. What is research design? So this is confusing, right? So while answering this question, we must dig little deeper and understand what is being asked. What is there? They are simply asking what is research design. So is a way of conducting research that is not grounded in theory research? I doubt. The choice between using qualitative or quantitative research is research design, I doubt. The style in which you present your research findings is research, I doubt. A frame for every stage of the collection and analysis of data. So that means research design is a frame for every stage of the collection and analysis of data. Then we have statistics, achievement test, observation, interview and questionnaire are procedures of measurement. Achievement test, observation, interview and questionnaires are procedure of measurement. Then we have ethics. So in ethics, what we can see, in any research involving human participants, maintaining the confidentiality of data is. So maintaining, as far as maintaining the confidentiality of data, we can say that it is an ethical concern. It's not a common sense. It's not a legal consideration. It's not an obligations. It's an ethical consideration. Now we have, which of the following is not required for research in the digital humanities? Computer literacy, open access database, specialized knowledge of computer languages, text analysis. So the original answer will be specialized knowledge of computer language. Now moving in the next question, that is the names in research, where we will be identifying, or where we have to mug up the names, different researchers' names. All right. So the names of the research is stating that Erwin Goffman is associated with, we have to learn its frame analysis. Then a question from research ethics, it's given in the form of assertion and reasoning. What they are stating, as per research ethics, prior consent. So when we are concerned about research ethics, they are stating prior means previous. Prior consent is necessary from participants. They are asking, is prior consent necessary for participants in research project to film, tape or record in any form? I don't know. Now reasoning, what they are saying, that research is always confidential and secretive. Hence, any revelations will harm the objectives of research. Option A is true, but R is false. So going to the next part, the next PYQ of research, what they are asking is, this particular question, as you can see, is from, wait a minute, let me adjust my mobile phone first. Okay, all right. Is it visible? I think so, yes. So in this particular question, it has been asked from research methodology. So what they are asking, the term research methodology. So you can see the trend, the term from research methodology, from sampling, they are repeatedly asking questions. From research types, they are repeatedly asking questions. From hypothesis, from different techniques of research, from the steps of research, they are repeatedly asking questions. So in this particular question, this question is from 23rd set. It's general paper question. So the term, what is general paper question? That as I am a student of mass communication and I am teaching mass communication as well, so my subject is mass communication. In mass communication, we have a research paper, communication research, and in general we also have to study communication research, not communication research, research. So research subject is common. So in this particular section, where I have collected all the previous year questions according to West Bengal set, so this question is related to research itself. Now coming back to the question, research methodology, the term research methodology refers to option number A, the method used in data collection and analysis. Is research methodology only concerned with data collection and analysis? Option B is stating that the rule for writing a research report on paper. Option C states that the specific method of study and analysis. Option D, the theoretical paradigm of data collection, analysis and interpretation. Is research the theoretical paradigm of data collection, analysis and interpretation? Yes, absolutely it is. Now moving back to the next question, that is, it is from research design itself. So the question is stating research design in any communication research. They are talking about any communication research, and the research design follows these steps. Which steps they follow? Which among the following is not a part of the sequential step? Which of the following is not a part of the sequential step? So we can say abstract writing. Then what we have next, a poll is done to estimate the proportion of employee of an organization who think that they are actively engaged in their job. they are actively engaged in their job. So if we can see, the poll is based on random sample survey. So this is from error and from statistics. This question is from statistical error. So the original question, the level of significance is of 0.005. So this is a bit hard question for me. Now next coming, the this question is from sampling. If there is linear trend present in the population, then which of the following method is the most efficient sampling technique? If there is linear trend present in the population, suppose there is a population and there is a linear trend, then which of the following method is the most efficient sampling techniques? It will be systematic sampling. Then we have method of research. Which of the following research method is based on controlled observation? Controlled observation. So remember the structure, controlled observation. So field experiment is the method of controlled observation. In descriptive we don't have to control, and in history it is already happened, so what to control? And in philosophical research it is also retrospective kind of. So as far as controlling is concerned, only field experiment we can say. Now coming to the next question, which is a type of research, type of cross-sectional research. So here we can see an observational study that employs continuous or repeated measure. An observational, try to understand the question, an observational study that employs continuous or repeated measure to follow, observe particular individuals, groups over prolonged period of time after years or decades is longitudinal study. As years, you are stating years, you are stating decades, so it's longitudinal study. Then in 45, what we have, who among the following is known as contributing sustainability to persuasion research? Persuasion research. So you have to remember the name persuasion research, Carl Hovland. Persuasion research, Carl Hovland. To a positivist researcher, reality is objective. To a positivist researcher, reality is always objective. Deconstruction is a popular method of research. Is it? Deconstruction is a popular method of research. In which popular method of research deconstruction is popular? It is literature. Deconstruction. So we must know the meaning of deconstruction, right? Otherwise we won't be answering. Here we go. Deconstruction is a critical theory and method of literacy analysis. So very sorry. Deconstruction is a critical theory and method of literary analysis developed by Jacques Derrida. It is not a method used in basic, applied or natural sciences. What is deconstruction? The original answer is literature. Okay, fine. But what is deconstruction? The origin of deconstruction can be traced back to introduced in 1960s by French philosopher Jacques Derrida. Jacques Derrida introduced in 1960s by the French philosopher. What is the purpose? To question and break down the internal logic, the barrier, deconstructing. From the particular word we can understand we are deconstructing. So to question and break down the internal logic, the barrier and assumptions within text. It focuses on language, meaning and interpretation. It shows that meaning is not fixed but fluid and dependent on context. Used in literary studies. This deconstruction theory is used in literary studies, philosophy, cultural studies and postmodern theories. Why not the other options? As you can see there, final description, basic science, the theoretical research aimed at understanding fundamental principles. Theoretical research always aimed at understanding the fundamental principles because it is the base of science and it's from physics. As far as applied science is concerned, research with practical applications. So we have understood this particular point from the types and characteristics of research. As far as applied research is concerned, research with particular application. It can be from engineering and medicine. So now the third option states that natural science, study of natural world, example biology, chemistry, physics, how things evolved. It's the evolution of research, right? So now coming to the next point, which is our answer, that is literature. Field focus. Literature is the field focused on the study and interpretation of sex. We can text. We can use the term Sigmund Freud's the. I'm not right now. I can't remember it. The signified and signified term. So that is a concept. So in literary part we have field focused on the study and interpretation of written text. So the question suggests here is that the who among the following that I have already discussed. The 54th question, it is from 2023. The deconstruction is a popular method of research in, we can say it's literature. Now coming again, we are having a question from sampling. It is the question of 2023 and 2023. The fifth question, it states that when a research problem is related to a large diversified heterogeneous population, mark the words, it has written that large diversified heterogeneous population, the most suitable sampling method is when it's large, when it's heterogeneous, then the most suitable is stratified sampling. All right, now we are moving to the next part of this section. It is given that teaching aptitude, deduction or inductive. This is a mixture. This research is actually a mixture of teaching aptitude and research as far as my concern, but mainly this is from teaching aptitude. All right, so while segmenting this particular PYQs, I have made a mistake. I have put it in research question, but actually this is from teaching aptitude. So let's check it. The method is what they are stating, that the method is psychological and imparts knowledge in a natural manner without any assumptions or pre-assumptions. It is a scientific method which is based on visible element or fact. This is the best method as it teaches the student to think for himself. As the result of acquiring knowledge through this method, the feeling of self-confidence and self-dependence is developed in the study. All the above are related to which method of teaching learning? It is inductive method. Now we are talking about hypothesis. The next question is from hypothesis. Very much expected question. So in hypothesis, it talks about null and alternative hypothesis as we have discussed in our previous lectures in the rapid revision classes. So which of these are the best describes the statement? The level of attention paid to radio commercial is not related to the amount of recall to the commercials. It is null hypothesis. Now we have statistical testing questions to identify the statistics, the parametric test, the non-parametric test, which we have discussed, Karl-Pearson methods and different methods. So here we can say that one of these tests investigates simultaneous analysis of difference between more than two groups of samples. They are considering between more than two groups of samples. When we have more than two groups of sample, then the answer will be ANOVA testing. Now types of research, manipulation is always a part of, always, it's because experimental research, we have already studied this. Now we have another questions from inductive. All right, inductive and deductive, what they're stating that a deductive theory. So identify this DGP, deductive, general to particular, IPG, particular to general, DGP, IPG. Okay, so this is the hacks. This is the keyword learning hack. So now the next question we have, which of the following is the best measure for conducting research in an ethical manner? So as far as ethics, we can also expect a question from ethics. Which of the following is the best measure for conducting research in an ethical manner? It is confidentiality of data. Is it participants' consent? Is it participants' autonomy? Is it participants' option of refusing participation? So these are not ethical, but what as far as ethics is concerned, it's the confidentiality of the researchers. Because other than this confidentiality of data, all are Subjective, right? Someone might give permission to conduct that particular sampling testing part, some might not, so this depends. Now the next question is from type of research. Action research, I think it is, yes, action research. A question that is coming from action research. What they are suggesting, they are suggesting that a classroom research, action research is classroom research, a teacher research, or a practitioner research. Obviously action research is practitioner research. Next we have inductive method. In inductive method, what we can see, that an inductive method, so this is also coming, an inductive method is normally used in exploratory research. Where we are using inductive method, we are using inductive method in exploratory research. So the second last question of today's rapid PYQ series is that Thrustone scale was developed by Louis Leon Thrustone. The full name of Thrustone, who developed Thrustone, was Louis Leon Thrustone, to measure the attitude towards religious attitude. Next we have referencing style, a question directly asked from referencing style. What it is, which of the following is not a citation style? Have you ever heard about Bureau of Indian Standards as far as citation is concerned? No, so this will be the answer. Now, tomorrow we will be discussing further research questions. Just take a quick overview. There are huge questions left, but today we have completed till my page number 7. Tomorrow we will be completing the next part. We will try to attempt the questions. Thank you for connecting at Ease No Media, where we discuss media related topics at ease.